What's going on, guys? It's me, Shukashu. We are back with another Musume video. In this video, we are going to go back and train Calstone Light. I guess you could pretty much tell I'm just going to see if I can get some of these short distance ones, since I do have updated, in a way, parents for them. A little bit better than what I had before. First time I trained them, or at least in the videos, so... That's the reason why I trained Bakushino last time. That's the reason why I'm training Calstone Light again. And then I guess you can guess tomorrow will probably most likely be Kern. So yeah, today's video we're gonna train Calstone Light, and we're gonna just stick to the 2 guts setup. I mean, like I said in the Sakura Bakushino video, in yesterday's video pretty much, this is pretty much the best setup, in my opinion, that's been working for me since, I guess, this pretty much since I've been consistently getting UBs. I guess since the beginning of the the CMD scenario, pretty much. This has been the one that worked out the best because, for reasons I already said in previous videos, which I'll go into when we get the run started. But for the setup, pretty much the same as yesterday. We're just gonna... Wait, did we do that yesterday, or did we... Pretty sure we did this yesterday. Pretty sure, but if we did it, then if we didn't do that yesterday, we probably did this one. Interesting. I don't remember what we did yesterday, but oh well. For today's setup, at the very least, it's going to be the 2 gut setup because of reasons I've said in the past, I guess. With the Almond Eye Speed, Narita Taishin Wise, because I don't have any other Wise cards. I could possibly try the Simboli Rudolph one, but I'm just gonna stick with it with this. I mean, if I do get the Simboli Rudolph one, at the very least, if I get the gold skills, then I'll have a few more skills to grab at least, or one more skill to grab at the very least. That's the upside. That's the upside if I swap right now. Actually, you know what? Screw it. We'll just do it. Tamamo Power, and then the Guts cards is Haru and Stay Gold, with the Tucker Brine as the front card that I am borrowing. So, with that being said, we're just gonna get the run started. But before we do get started with the run and go over the comments, if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description down below. There's a channel called Circle Request for those who haven't joined the circle or are looking for a circle to join. Y'all are free to join the circle that I'm in. It is called Shushu. Once you give that a search, hit request to join. It'll let me know that you want to join the circle. And then after that, head over to the comment section or the circle request channel on our Discord server. Let me know that you sent the request along with your in-game name, just so I can make sure to add you into the circle and not somebody else. But with that being said, I thought the thing was gonna load before I finished, but I guess it did. I guess it didn't. But it's okay. But it's okay. But yeah, just to quickly just go over the reasons again. Or the reason again is because me having the stamina or one of each that card, it's equivalent to basically me having 2 guts cards and no stamina card when it comes to the stats, both requiring good RNG for speed, because there's only 1 speed card pretty much. And since it's short distance, I'd rather just make sure that I get my guts all the way up rather than overdo stamina, I guess. Like way overdue stamina. I think in one of the runs I did last week, um, I don't know which one to be exact. We had like, it was for sure one of the, probably a Suzuka one, I'm not sure. But it was pretty much when I was using a stamina card. Guts pretty much had as much as stamina if I weren't to use a stamina card. And then stamina was as high as Guts if I was to have it 2 Guts cards. Or if I had bad stamina RNG that training, then it'll pretty much be like I didn't have that stamina card, I guess. I'm gonna help Wise just in case. Just in case. Oh, funny thing happened. So prior to recording the video, I wanted to just get global out of the way since it was just gonna be the CM. So I just want to get that out of the way real quick. And literally after the 3rd race of the first set of races, so the first ticket, after the race ended, literally while the end screen of the race, after the win screen, pretty much, notification popped up saying, "Oh, maintenance is currently undergoing," and I'm just like, really? Please check the website, see how long it'll take, or something like that for more information. And I'm just here like, I was like, you know what? Maybe it'll be quick, like just a little, I don't know, quick fix. No, maintenance is gonna be sticking for like 2 hours. So now I'm here. Now I'm here. Didn't even get to finish the first races or the first ticket. Literally in the middle of the first ticket of races. Now I gotta wait. Well, at least I could probably, most likely, at least get this video recorded and then edit it by the time it's done. I should be able to record global and finish it. So dumb. It's so dumb. Alright, one did debut, and now I'll just give her races just in case, so I don't forget to do any extra races. Can't do any mile distance races, unfortunately, because we're just gonna most likely lose them. I think she only has 1 mile race in her schedule, though, so I guess we can just take that. But if we want to raise our uniques skill level, then we gotta do some short distance races. So we'll do as much as we can. So let me get this. This. That should be good. That should be good. But I guess with that being said, we can get started with the comments, because I do got it loaded up already. Although I'll refresh it just in case another comment had appeared. You know what? I will do this race. I will do this race. The first comments are going to be from Rick, with the first one saying, I trained 2 Umas for short, but they aren't WoW. None of my Umas are WoW either for short. So it's all good. No need to worry. But I will try to get them better after getting a Durandal I am satisfied with. Fair enough. Fair enough. My other 2 Umas will be regular Sakura Bakushino and Hishi Akebono. At least you're running all short distance. I'm unsure if I'm running all actual short distance Umas or not. It is what it is. It is what it is. Nova responded saying, gonna have to see if I can retrain my wedding halos. I made a mistake of evolving gold skills that made them into medium long skills. It was a careless mistake since I trained that one right before I passed out. Yeah, that happens. It happens. If you're tired, you're just clicking. Especially if all you're thinking about is getting the run done or just getting whatever you're doing done and going to bed. Sucks, but it happens. And then Eugen responded also saying, nice, I haven't trained any Uma, so rip. Yep. As has been pretty much Eugen this whole time since he's got this job last year. Pretty much a year, yeah. A year at this point. Pretty much just been doing auto runs, maybe manual runs, a few manual runs a day if he can, and either sleep or can manage to squeeze in a little bit of Zenless. Right, Eugen? That's what it just been seeming like. That's just what it's been. At least that's what it feels like. And then the second comment from Rick. Thank you, Eugen and Nova, by the way, for replying to the comment. Second comment from Rick says, ooh, I am not gonna pass up the. It's not bad. I think I'd rather do this just so all the other stats. Yeah, I'll just do it. I don't remember if I said this, but after finishing Hajime no Ippo, I started watching Captain Tsubasa, the OG one. I've never watched Captain Tsubasa, so I don't know if there's a OG one or I don't know if there's a new one. I do know Captain Tsubasa, the series. I just don't know if they did have a remake. I don't know, remake or newer ones. I never watch it, so I wouldn't have known. Honestly speaking, I wouldn't have known. But I have only watched 11 episodes, but I think it doesn't hold up to modern animes at the moment. Prince of Tennis and Hajime no Ippo were fire. Oh yeah, Prince of Tennis and Hajime no Ippo definitely were good. At least from what I remember from Prince of Tennis specifically. Captain Tsubasa, I mean, I don't really know what to say about it because I didn't watch it. But to modern animes, I mean, you could say that for a lot of animes though. To be fair to Captain Tsubasa. Just to be fair, just a little bit. I guess that's the medium distance we're gonna race. But no, I don't think you've mentioned that I think you've mentioned that you were gonna watch Captain Tsubasa, but I don't think you've mentioned that you started watching it. There we go. That's what I wanted to say. So yeah, well, that's cool. We already used our ticket. I could rest. Yeah, I'll just rest. But yeah, other than that, I don't think you did mention it that you started watching. So other than that, thank you. Um, thank you, Rick, for the comments. Appreciate it as always. Next comments are gonna be from Nova. And the first one says, I'm not sure if Zenless is going all in on this Rupture meta or not. Yet we are having back-to-back. Sorry, I just wanted to get this out of the way. Back-to-back patches with Rupture characters for Ice and Fire. Honestly, I still think the game could have been fine without Rupture, so I'm not sure what my pull plan is at this stage. I'm thinking that having one solid Rupture team would suffice. I'll get the Tentacle Chick because I do want an Ice option after or other than just Miyabi. Um, should I put this? I mean, at this point, you could technically say they are going all in because they started off with Rupture with Ishwin. So, you know, and then now we have Yidhara. I think that's her name, the tentacle chick, for phase 2, right? Phase 2 of this upcoming patch. And then the other Rupture, the new group. I don't really know how to describe him because I forgot. I just know he's the big guy. The big guy, I guess. From the new group. But I don't know. For both elements, if I'm being honest, I could use an update for both if I wanted to. But if I were to pick between the two, I'd probably just have the same reason as you do for pulling for the Yidhara or tentacle chick. Well, she's not really a tentacle chick, is she? Because she just has a tentacle hammer. So she's a normal chick with a tentacle hammer, I guess. But as I was saying, I'd rather go for her and have, like you said, another option for Ice, because they do sometimes put Ice Ether than Ice, so having that second Ice option would be nice. As well as for Fire though, I don't know how I feel about pulling for. I don't know yet. I don't even remember his name. I don't even know if we're talking about the same characters. Probably. Because I don't think we had any other information on the other members, I think. One of them is a stunner, the Dylan. At least that's how I read it. I read her name. I think she's a stunner from what I saw. I think. Could be wrong. I'm sure. I don't know who the other two Because if he's ruptured, there's the little, I guess the little rabbit. And then there's the one I want to pull for. The other chick. I do want to pull for her. Like the second they revealed them in the trailer or whatever, I was like, I do want to pull now. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know my pull plan either. I think I'll be okay with fire. The reason why I wouldn't mind pulling for Idhara is because besides the Miyabi reason, besides the other ice option reason is another rupture. Especially if I'm gonna pull for Lucia. So I'd rather have the support also. Alright. Plus, I think sorry, I'm just trying to see which one I should pick. Should I just do this? I can. Or I can rest, do the race. And we don't have... Oh, but we can. We can rest, do the race, use a ticket, and then probably do that last race. Probably. What I was just saying is because even though I do have Ishwin, I just don't feel great with it because I don't have Jafufu. So my team would look weird. It would literally be Yishwin. Lucia, because of rupture support, right? And then Pulchra most likely. It just feels weird. It just feels weird. Even now, while I'm using the panda with Pulchra and Yishwin, it feels weird. It just doesn't feel right. So there is the option. There is the option of not pulling for the tentacle chick and pulling for Jafufu instead. There is that option. I don't know. It's a mess. It's a mess. I kind of want to know also who the possible options for the next. Well, I guess no. I guess we do have an idea who the next patch would be after this phase, after these two, because they pretty much already showed us, right? Unfortunately, if Dialin or Dialin is in the next phase or the next patch and she's phase 1 and she is a stunner, I see no reason for me to getting Jafufu, because then I'll be also pulling for I'll be pulling for 2 stunners back to back. And one of them is strictly stuck to a character in Yishwin, and the other one is what I do here. I should definitely do guts. We'll do power. Screw it. We'll do power and guts. Wait. No. We gotta do. We have to do stamina. right? Yeah, we'll just do stamina and power. And then I feel like maybe the new stunner would probably... I hope she's gonna be more like you can use her everywhere instead of like Jafufu. Where... Or at least I feel like you can use Jafufu for other teams. I just feel like my purpose for getting Jafufu would... My reasoning for Jafufu is pretty much for Yishwin, that's why. That's pretty much. Because the other teams I have no issues with. It's just my Yishwin team. And I don't know if Lucia fixes that without having the need to pull for Jafufu. I guess I could test that out before phase 2. But we'll see. But we'll see. For Wuwa, I'm just glad they're giving us less events. I will be busy this month and next. Holy, adding 3 more gachas by the end of the year is gonna be insane. That's saying by the end of the year. Then talk about the ones that might start in the beginning of the year. So yeah. Like I said, I don't mind the events as long as it just gives us more currency. That's all I care about. That's all I care about. Zenless Arknights event was actually fun. I haven't had that kind of fun since the first year of Arknights. Now AK is just an AFK brain simulator. I just pull and collect these operators. Yeah, I did enjoy the Bang Boo Arknights pretty much. That was fun as well. As for Arknights itself, that was gone a long time ago for me. Long time ago. I was interested in the new Rune Factory and I was expecting to play as a trial. Give me a sec. Yeah, I ain't skipping this out. As a trial, since I have never touched a Rune Factory game before. Did I say Rune Factory or RuneScape? The first time. Oh well. I'll correct myself regardless. Rune Factory. I started around 7 PM and stopped around 5 AM. I don't know what happened, man. Who knew that town management would be fun? Well, honestly, if you get sucked into a game... Oh, pretty much all that means is after spending 10 hours straight in the game, all that means is you were enjoying the game. And it's a good game. Obviously, I don't know myself because I've never, just like yourself, I've never touched a Rune Factory game as well. So I don't know. Well, I don't know. But I do know the feeling of, you know, playing a good game. Because first sitting and you spent 10 hours on it, so that's cool. Then again, having bad Hoyo Kuro luck and keeping my Uma luck is a pretty good trade-off. If you say so. I feel like going to pity on Uma is harsher than a 50-50 system. In a way, yes. I agree. In a way, I do agree. Because the differences aren't too far off when it comes to the 10 pulls. We have 1500 here in Uma, then we have 1600 in Hoyo Kuro. But technically, if you think about it, it's one game to, I guess, 2 for you. It's one game to 2, so if you think about it that way, if your luck is better in Zenless and Wuwa, I don't know. What would you think? What do you think? I wouldn't know. I'm asking you. For me personally, well, obviously, I feel like we both agree that we like the 50-50 system better because we had this conversation already. The 200 pity and no carryovers, eh, is pretty much. But manual play in 2025 for my gotchas, hell no, man. I'm good. Are you really playing the game? It's the real question. Are you really playing or really enjoying the game if you're not playing manually? That's the real question. I mean, if the game is, if you still are, that's fine. I'm not questioning it. I'm just, I'm just saying things. But no, it's like, because to be honest, there are games that I have played or probably even playing at the moment still, where I just log in or log in because of the auto. But am I really enjoying the game? I don't know. Do I actually like playing the game? I mean, there's a reason why I'm still playing it, so maybe. So maybe. The biggest game in question, if we're gonna pick a game, is Ethereum Restart. That is the biggest game in question when it comes to that topic. But I'm just autoing. I'm not really. Besides the story, I mean, running around and all that, the battles are still autoed pretty much. So technically, I can say the same with Star Rail. Star Rail, I'm running around, but the battle is auto. But I genuinely enjoy Star Rail like 20 times more than Ethereum Restart, even with auto battle. So I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I'd rather be more involved. Autoplay is cool when for convenience, especially for like multitasking purposes as well. That's fine. But if I have the time to sit down and play myself, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. But for the most part, that's like majority of the time. Unless I have been playing the game in auto, I guess. Like Star Rail. Then there are games like Eminence. Yes, I'm still playing Eminence. Although I have no issues with it. I have no issues with it. If I'm gonna be honest. I wonder if I think my fan count should be good, so I'm gonna focus on that. I don't know if there's anything I wanted to add, but moving on, since there's still a good amount of comments. I've been giving some long responses. um yeah, there's a substantial difference in how you care about a gacha if you start on day one as opposed to starting in like 2 weeks or even a year late. Oh, a year late makes a big difference. I can say that with my gotchas that there are some like Nikki and Princess Connect where I just don't really care. I miss a day one hype and I'm like, I can't be that invested. Well, to be honest, most of the day ones for myself has been like that I kept my account because I mean I did reroll for like Girls Frontline. That took like what 2 weeks? I was 2 weeks behind, I believe. And then yeah, I mean for a lot of the games, the gotcha games that I played that is not Wuwas or the Hoyo games, because I never rerolled them. Most of them I did reroll for the most part. Oh, I guess Snowbreak I didn't either. Yeah, Snowbreak I didn't either. I don't think so I did for Eminence. Okay, but I know for like the recent games, I know for the recent games for a fact that I did um reroll pretty much most of them just to see, just to see. Like Heaven Burns Red, I did, but technically, I technically dropped that game. I haven't touched it since the last time I mentioned it. When said I was probably gonna touch it, no, I didn't. So that has been the game that eventually, like, I was happy that but I just wasn't finding the time to fully invest myself into it because I was more invested in the other ones. If I'm being honest, but I did really want to play it, but unfortunately, it didn't stick. Don't know why. 2 weeks doesn't make too big of a difference as long as I don't feel like I purposely got myself behind. But normally you wouldn't be because it's the first month or yeah, basically the first month. They most likely want to put as much time for all the events and all that. So yeah, I get it. Oh, shoo. I'm the gotcha guy around these parts. As in, the swiping guy? Is that what you meant by gotcha in quotes? Is that what you mean by gotcha in quotes? The gotcha genre is where I can pump my money at. Yeah, that is what you meant. I'm a gotcha enjoyer through and through. So you enjoy swiping. That's all I got out of it. You enjoy the gambling aspect of gotcha games. Is that what you're saying? That's what it sounds like. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. As long as you can control yourself. I don't mind it. But seeing that I can get by without, worrying about it, just pulling for whoever I want to pull, and whatever happens, happens, works for me. But like I said, I don't have a problem with the gotcha. But for the most part, the reason why I do play these games is for the characters in the story. So not for the gotcha. The gotcha is just part of the experience. The gotcha is simply just part of the experience. Is what I can say. Um, I'm not sure Ananta is still gotcha free, like there might be weapons and pet gotchas. Well, if there's at least one form of gotcha, then I'm counting that as gotcha. Well, if we're gonna put it in those terms, then technically, since you said that Blue Protocol um doesn't have a gotcha, they technically do, because they have like a currency for like items. I don't know what items. I forgot. I didn't take a good look at it. I think it was like items for your character, like skin items, clothes. I don't know. So does that count? If you say no, if you say no, then I'm not. Then I guess Ananta doesn't count. Also, counts because if we're putting weapons in a mix, then that's a whole different story. Adding weapons, that kind of makes a difference. But do you count like the whatever gotcha I mentioned for the Blue Protocol? Because it does have some kind of gotcha. So I don't know if you think it counts. Was Atelier greedy? As the only global side EOS, I'd say global is just being stingy. Clearly the JP bros know how to keep that gacha alive. I think for the most part, the JP side usually knows how to keep their games alive. And I say yes. I do say yes that they were being greedy because they didn't have the make the enemies easier to basically so you can have finish the story and move on, or move on with the story to make difficulty easier. They didn't put that option until literally before the EOS. So literally all the months before that, they were releasing all these characters and all these contents, while per 10 pull were expensive, like way like double the, I think it was 3,000 per 10 pull. If it wasn't 3,000, it was 28 maybe. Not that, yeah, 3,000 to 2,800. That there's really not much to farm from if you've done everything besides like the current events and all that, obviously. And the clear story or harder levels of events, or even like the other farming levels and all that, because like you can get higher difficulties, harder difficulties. To clear them, you need all these other, like all these elements and all that, and different characters. There's so many of them, because they kept releasing. They literally just kept releasing them, and the rates were ass. I won't be real. The rates were so bad. Like my brother, he literally didn't get a pull until the half anniversary in Atelier. And he would pull for every banner that he liked. He would pull for every banner that he liked. He didn't get a character until the half annie. All he kept getting was standard banner characters the whole time. So yeah, I think they were being stingy. I mean, greedy, maybe also stingy. Both. It can be both. So yeah, I'll say yes to both. And I guess Yinlin is just gone forever. Sag. I guess technically, yeah. I guess technically, yeah. Yep, just trust in the blind hobo guy. Hey, he was pretty cool. He was pretty strong. I can't call. I will put my trust in him if I have to, knowing what he can do. To be honest, I'm okay with not having Scar. He doesn't seem to leave an impression on me. But what if there's like he didn't truly get his moment. You know what I'm saying? Like Perlova had her moment. Obviously, based on how it ended, like literally the last cutscene with the, I guess I could mention with the Fraxidus. The way Perlova was talking, it seems like this was also part of her plan, which is why I'm assuming why she got released. And then Scar, on the other hand, literally just there. He's literally just there. So I think this was just to ask if I wanted to, yeah. So maybe he just needs his moment. Like Cristoforo has been having moments, even though they're not big moments, but he's still been a crucial part to Renacita's or Raguna's story. So I guess that would be the big difference between 2 of them. Who knows? Who knows? Well, without getting into spoilers, I guess we're talking about Wuwa. I'd say what happened at the final cutscene pretty much showed that, well... Why do I have a love? Oh, I'm just still gonna do it. Abby is sus and the Fraxidus is probably related to the Rover's origin. Maybe we will befriend them someday. Yeah, based on how it, like the whole thing with the Fraxidus started, it does seem they do know us. So, or they do know Rover. Is what I should say, not us, but you get it. You get it. Do I take the chance to get 3 or 4? Yeah, I'll take the chance to get 3 or 4. Yeah, I'll take the chance. As for Abby, we don't know anything about him. Simple as that. Simple as that. All we know is the Abby now. Kazuki is free to play, man. I can vouch for him since I don't sense any whale vibes yet. If you vouch for him. If you vouch for him. The only reason why I'm getting whale vibes is because he's been consistently pulling. Without... Oh, consistently pulling since before the Half Annie. And ML being Almond Eye and all that before the Half Annie, then all his Half Annie pulls and all that. Then after, can you really get that much within like 3 months? 2 months? 2-3 months? Because I like literally I would say probably around the Half Annie he would have had cleared most of the content, or at least most of the missions. At least I would assume so, but I don't know. It just feels like I don't know. And he hasn't been clarifying it. Or not clarifying, but, you know, letting me know or responding to me asking about it. So it just makes it more sus for me. Like, I can believe it because he's literally a new player. But it's just like, dang, how are you pulling so many? I don't know. But hey, if he's just getting lucky, then maybe he is going to be the new Lucky Mustard. Maybe. Maybe. But then again, he is pretty much just pulling as much as he can, if anything. If anything. Like, if he says that he gets a scenario card, MOBs it, and gets an Uma or something, or more Umas, you can't tell me that's not going to be more questionable than now. But we'll see. We'll see. Second to last comment from Nova says, well, now I want Glacio Shushu, so Chisa better be Glacio. I'm gonna rage if she's not. I think she's most likely not. I think she's most likely not. So you might rage. And now I'm thinking what I am lacking for my Uma deck. I think I got all the general cards locked down. Betweener can use that Aishin speed card, but meh. I'm slowly building that chaser deck I wanted. I just need to get lucky with those step-up banners next time. So the question is whether or not the new scenario gives us a decent card. But we're heading towards Mile for the rest of the year, so a stamina card is looking to be unlikely. Speed card for Mile wouldn't make much sense since we have craft speed already. Power, well, Tamamo is still relatively new. True. Guts, we just got state gold, so no. Well, we're probably gonna get more specific cards, like niche cards, maybe. The state gold and Tamamo were both general. And then, like you said, we have craft speed already for Miles, so maybe they'll touch some other position or distance. So no, and maybe. Well, that could be possible since the last general int we have, Rudolph, isn't considered that meta in comparison. The new meta is double gold skill, and maybe CG will decide to give us another int card. Maybe. Rudolph was literally released like 2 months before the... No, like a month and a half before the 2 gold meta, I guess. Or double gold meta. Or double gold skill, whatever it is. So it is what it is. But other than that, thank you, Nova, for all the comments. I wouldn't know, honestly, if what the cards, because they can literally pick whatever they want. Like, they can literally release another speed betweener card, but for short distance. What if they did that? You know? I mean, I'm just gonna skip if they do actually somehow end up doing that for some reason. But other than that, thank you, Nova, for all the comments. Appreciate it as always. And the last comment is gonna be from Eugen. Yeah, I should take both of that. And it says, another sports Bakushin video. Feels sad. I'm sorry, Eugen. I have her, so I'm gonna keep training her whenever I can. But other than that, thank you, Eugen, for the comments. Appreciate it as always. And also Nova and Rick for the comments, since those were also the other 2 commenters. So thank you, Eugen, Nova, and Rick. Appreciate it. Let me refresh one time just to see if there is one more video. I mean, one more comment. And it's from Rick. I should go to sleep now, but I'm waiting for someone to deliver some boxes since 2.5 hours ago. I'm sorry to hear that. It does happen. Like, I hate when they have a time frame of like 4 to 5 hours and they'll go towards the end. Well, thank you, Rick, again, for adding another comment. Appreciate it. I don't think we have any more, because that was the last one. Did I did. Okay. I guess I don't think I can get anything with 63. Surprisingly, for the most part, we did use most of our skill points for short distance, general, or runner skills for the most part. So I'd say not bad. UB1 though, it's alright. Could be better. I don't remember the stats. Like, what were... I think Guts didn't make it to cap, so the Guts RNG was kind of bad. I don't know about... Oh yeah, Wise didn't make it. I could see that double S there. Yikes. So yeah, RNG... I think if I had used the Taishin card, it would have worked. I think. Oh no, if I use a Taishin card, it definitely would have made it to 1200 at least, or in the 1200s. But it's 1196, barely didn't make it. 1374 Guts, that is pretty low, but I think I think me not putting it in the facility may or may not be the reasoning. May or may not, because power 1696 caught up pretty well. 1347 stamina and capped out 1919 on speed. So speed did well. Speed did well for having one. So we had good speed RNG, but I think I messed up the guts one, and then I also messed up wise, I think, by trying the Rudolph one. So this had potential, but I'll try this again. But swapping cards and not messing up with the facility stuff, but we did get an S aptitude in short distance as well. But that is my best Calstone Light. Well, with that being said, guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you guys did make it this far, I do want to say thank you. If you guys can, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. Let me know how you guys are doing with about a week remaining. Not a week. A little over a week still, I think. Like 10 days remaining before the CM. And if there's anything else you guys do want to talk about or ask me, just leave it down in the comment section down below. As long as it's appropriate, I'll go over it. And if you guys haven't joined our Discord server, link is down in the description down below. There is a channel called Circle Quest for those who haven't joined a circle or are looking for a circle to join. Y'all are free to join the circle that I'm in. It is called Shushu. Once you give that a search, hit request to join. It'll let me know that you want to join the circle. And then after that, head over to the comment section or the Circle Quest channel or Discord server. Let me know that you sent the request along with your in-game name just so I can make sure to add you into the circle and not somebody else. But with that being said, guys, I'm actually going to go check global. See if it ended early, because it's been about an hour, or it's been an hour at this point. Let's see if maybe they ended early and I could finish that before editing. But if not, then I'll just edit this video and wait for global to finish maintenance. So with that being said, guys, thank you once again. As always, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.